Could Doctor Who come to PP? Well, a BBC Studios executive made a compelling case that has the Star Trek fan in this writer, Nick Jost, squealing. He's going, wee! But anyway, Doctor Who's relationship with Disney is dead because it sucked. Nobody watched it. While the studio confirmed when it will return with a new episode next Christmas. No, not this one, the Christmas from 2026. There's still questions to be answered about its future. The BBC will need a new co-producer if it wants to maintain the quality it has had in the latest season. You mean the money? Yeah. You're broke. You don't have it. So you got to find somebody who can cough up the cash to make the show at least aesthetically look good. Anyway, one BBC Studios executive thinks PP is an ideal partner to bring the show on. As someone who loves Doctor Who and regularly binges Star Trek with my PP subscription, I fully agree. That said, I have no background in business or working in television, so it was refreshing to hear his reasons why this makes sense, beyond the synergy of two well-known brands. Deadline released an article full of information from sources going into the details of Doctor Who's relationship with Disney and why it ultimately didn't work out. It also talked about the franchise's next step, noting that the BBC couldn't maintain the budget boost it got with Disney because it didn't know how to make money on its own. BBC Studios executive Piers Winger pointed out that other streamers may still be interested. I don't know, and name-checked PP specifically. I could make a case for any streamer wanting to create a foothold in a world with a pre-existing fan base. If I'm Paramount right now, I'm losing Taylor Sheridan in 2029. And so I'm thinking about IP. What else can I buy for my streamer? They must be putting their heads together. Yeah, but you see, Taylor Sheridan's efforts are all hits. You know? Doctor Who isn't. Hasn't been in a long time. Thanks to your efforts. So, you're losing Taylor. How about the Doctor? You know, they're like, So Taylor Sheridan leaving with all of his upcoming Yellowstone spin-offs could be just what Doctor Who needed. To make this a more attractive offer for Paramount, Winger is right that it would be beneficial for the streamer. Not really. If it's got to be the same crap that Disney had, this ain't going to work. No, it's not. So an existing fan base, yeah, it's shrunk. It's shrunk. They left. And gain a viewership that, while maybe not attractive to Disney, may help a streamer with a smaller subscriber base. To make up for the loss of the Sheridan fan base? Doctor Who and Star Trek have collaborated in comics before, but never on television. I really don't want that to happen. I mean, the only explanation is that the Doctor or the Enterprise, whatever, went into a parallel universe. Because when you consider the timeline of Star Trek and stuff, there's no mention of anything like that. You've seen the Doctor travel in the future to elements that would come into conflict with the Federation and all that. And I mean, good Lord, the Cybermen and the Daleks, about the Borg and the Cybermen meet. Hey, wait a minute, you stole our idea, you know. But the Federation, no mention of the Daleks and all that stuff. Yeah, it would have to be a parallel universe. So once again, you're multiversing everything just for the special and say, hey, look, they finally meet. Except it would be the worst version of both. You know. So the Doctor in a recent season, the Doctor implied in a recent season that Starfleet existed in their universe, and Strange New Worlds made several nods to the Doctor in season 3. A crossover between Doctor Who and Star Trek is a no-brainer win for sci-fi fans. And if Paramount decides to acquire the rights to the British series, it may help better serve its subscriber base of fans. After all, there aren't a lot of upcoming Star Trek shows on the horizon because the Secret Hideout iteration of them is a colossal failure. So putting together another colossal failure is not going to help anything. So having another series ready to go wouldn't be a bad idea. Whether Doctor Who will join PP is unknown. It's noted in the Deadline article that the progressive political nature of the series played a part in Disney's exit from the partnership. Paramount just recently made headlines for the cancellation of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. With speculation that the show's upcoming ending is politically motivated. At the same time, it's also in league with South Park, which has received criticism from government officials for openly mocking him. See, you forgot to even mention his name, so your paragraph doesn't make any sense. So it is unclear whether this is a fact. Yeah, all right, whatever. For now, Doctor Who's most recent seasons are available to stream on DP. Yeah, the only thing, and this has been tossed around a bit, for what any other streamer would want to put up the cash for Doctor Who. And there were some rumors about Amazon made a bid for this in the sense that, all right, we'll fund a new season, but part of the deal is not just new Who. We want the entire Doctor Who catalog. You know, the good stuff, the classic episodes that built the brand. Because that's where you are. You're on your knees right now. This is all you got. You want to hope that you get some, part of the cut here of a show to reach somebody that needs money to make it happen because you don't have any. You may have to hand over all those Doctor Who episodes to be exclusive to PP, Amazon. I don't know that Netflix would be interested, but whatever, wherever it ends up. And that means no more BritBox, that sort of thing. But you put yourself in this position, so I suppose that's the last play to make this happen. Otherwise, what else do they have? What other brands do they have that has the potential? Provided you can make one that's a hit and bring Doctor Who back to the heights that it once achieved. To sell all that merchandise. A lot of shows, you can have hit shows that got a lot of viewers, but they don't bring in the extra cash that a show like a Doctor Who could. You got Doctor Who toys, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff, the costumes and whatnot, all that. But it's got to be a hit. It's got to be something people want to see and care about. And I want those new collectibles too. Yeah. But it's really good and a hit. You sell more of that stuff. And a lot of that would go to your pockets, BBC. It's not going there now because you pooped the bed with Doctor Who. Yeah. So that's really the only scenario I see working, whether, again, Paramount or whoever. Well, why don't you give us all those Doctor Who episodes? And, we'll do a new Doctor Who show. What are you going to do? Yeah, I think that's the deal. Will it happen? I don't know. Of course, at this point, they might look, even that's not worth it. Never mind. It could be. I don't know. It's a shame. I wish it wasn't the case. But, meanwhile, Star Trek has a better chance of surviving. But just barely.